Parrot tulips. What all you need for parrot tulips is you need one sharp scissors, fine sharp scissors, the cutter, parrot tulip cutter, parrot tulip veiner, and thin rolling pin. This is used for Gumpaste flowers rolling pin. And I have here golf tools, 3 different sizes golf tools. You can either use the golf tool or you can use the Dresden tool what you have. This is my golf tool which I use, different sizes, 3 different sizes, very small rolling. So I've used the thin ones, the medium ones, and the big ones I have here. Okay, I'm going to use that. There is a grooved one also I have here. So this is a grooved one, so I'll use that also. Let's start the parrot tulip. I have here 24 wires, so I'm just going to cut into 3 sections. The total number of petals for parrot tulip is 6. It's called as parrot tulip because it has all the colors of the parrot and it's more fluffy like that. So it's called as parrot tulips. Okay, now I've taken the gum paste. Okay, just roll it up. This you cannot make it very thin because it's a fleshy flower. So roll it up nicely like this. Now just thin. You placed like this flat. Okay, don't roll it very thin, like this flat. And then now hold from here, from the center, press a bit and then release. Okay, see this, press and release. Same way, in the center you hold it, press it and release. When you do that, the ridge is getting formed. Okay, so once again I'm going to do that. Until I get a nice thin ridge. Yeah, this is okay. This is a nice ridge. So I'm releasing the top part of the ridge. Okay. Releasing the top part of the ridge like this. And this is where I'm going to cut now. Okay, now while cutting, the main thing what you should see is always your ridge should be 3/4 of the petal. Okay, so it is more than half. Okay, that's how you should see ahead. Just press. See, once again I'm telling, metal cutters, no wiggling, just press and take it. It gives you a beautiful cut. See, so don't wiggle it. If you wiggle, your cutter sharpness will get spoiled. Now take your wire, dip it in the glue, remove the excess glue out, just guide your wire directly until where the ridge is. Okay, then squeeze it like this. Okay, next what you do here is, I want to thin only the edges. So what I do, the shape is there, so I just don't want all the petals to be the same shape, so I'm just thinning and enlarging it so the cutting is not so exactly like all others. Okay, so every petal should be different, it cannot be the same look. So manually when you do this, so the shape changes for each petal. This is an amazing flower. They look beautiful. Just 2 or 3 flowers with some leaves, foliage is more than enough. They look amazing. Okay, now the veiner. For this parrot tulip, definitely veiner is an important thing. You need the veiner because It has a lot of veins like peony. You just first settle down nicely, as nicely as possible, then press from here, keep it from top, and then give a quick press. When you do that, you could see how beautiful the veins have come. So now next thing is, I just squeeze a bit here because I don't want the wire to come out, and then I'm going to snip the edges. If you see the parrot tulip, the edges will be always snipped. So what I do is, according to the shape, I'm just snipping it. Okay. Maybe it's like just 2-3 millimeters. I'm just snipping it. Just as near as possible. Keep snipping it. They look beautiful when you work on that, so don't worry. Some of them cut and they just move up. It's not a problem still, but make sure you're snipping it nicely, because this is a very important character of the parrot tulip, so this is needed. I used to use the normal scissors for snipping it. I find so much difference while using the scissors. These are called as embroidery scissors. You get online, so you can always buy them. They are very useful and they cut very sharp, and they look really amazing after the cuts. Okay, now I've cut like this. What I'm going to do here, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to use my golf tool. Okay, I have here the thinnest, the finest one, as well as the grooved one. Okay, so what I'm going to do with the grooved ones first, I'm just going to pull it. Just pull it as much as you can. And then I'll go with the very thinnest ones once again. Some parts I'll just go and flick it up, so they look very natural. Okay, then what I do here is, see, I want some ins and out, like layering. What I'm trying to say here is, some parts I want it to be little bit hollow. Okay, so what I do is just roll my ball tool and give an indent there, so I have more of that layers. See this? See this? When I do like this, I'm going to show you from the back. When I do this, what happens, you're going to see. It looks more realistic when I do this, like this. You could see here, yeah, like this. Now, just squeeze them in and out, like just quickly squeeze them. You don't want everything to be the same. And then you can have these kind of egg trays, and then just leave it like this. Here, see this? Like this. So just give it a curve like that. If you don't have an egg tray, I'll show you how you can do it also. So it doesn't need that compulsory you need to have this egg trays. If you have, you can do it like this. I'll show the other one without the egg tray how to do it. The main thing of this parrot tulip, it's all about coloring. That is what you need to bring the depth of the parrot tulips. It's how you color. If you Google down and see, you'll see a lot of different pictures. You can choose any one of them and start working on accordingly to that. Okay. Now, one side. Press and then release one side. Don't make it very thin. As I told you, the grooves are really sharp, so it may cut off. Just press and remove. Shape has come. Take your wire, excess glue removed off. Just insert them until the ridge is there. Then either you can use even ball tool also, doesn't matter. Just thin it here nicely. Doesn't need to be the same shape, it can be any way, so don't worry about too much of the shapes. In fact, I'm trying to spoil it. I don't want it to look the same. And take your mold, just press it as deep as possible you can. Keep it, give it a good press so all the veins comes in. See how beautiful the vein comes. So some things are out, so I'm just going to snip it out. Okay, so now as once again, just snip out nicely. As thin as possible. Huh? Don't give a very thick cuts, give very thin cuts. Next. Can give very thin cuts. If you see the picture, then you will know what I'm trying to tell you. Here, see this, you could see, yeah. And from this side when you come, you can even go like this. Then moving around here, from here you can go, okay. See, the veins are here, I'm going like this, I'm not going straight. The veins are here, so I'm going like this. Should go according to the veins. Then only the flower looks more realistic. This is like, actually I used to think this is a medium sized flower, but it is not. It's really a huge flower. You can use just 3 or 4 of them as a centerpiece itself. Yeah, this, once you do that, make sure, as I told you, just use your tool and just pull it in. Pulling it in is very necessary. Just as much as possible, you can just pull it in. So we need the shapes to be just spread out. So that's what here it's more important about. And you should have noticed that I am not going till down. It will not be till down, only half the way you will see this happening. So don't cut the whole thing, only half the way you need to cut it. Like this, totally you need to make 3 and 3, 6 of them. Okay, see it's flat here. So now what I'm going to give that depth. This is what I told you. I'm going to give that depth. See, I'm rolling up the ball tool also. I'm not holding it straight and just rubbing. No, if you do that, then the veins will go away. I want the veins also to be there, so it looks more natural. I'm not taking off the veins. Okay, then just through your hands. Just rub it up here and let it be like that, so it looks more natural. Okay, now you see this. Now how to keep it without the eggshell, I'm going to show you. Take a toilet tissue, just roll it like this. Just keep it like this, and then you just leave it like this. Yeah, this is also more than enough. Okay, so you get the curves here. This is what we need, more the curves of that. Okay, let's finish off all the 6 and then I'll start showing you how to color it. Yeah, now we will come to make the center. So center of the parrot tulip, always we have 1 pistil and 6 stamens, because like it has 6 petals, so 6 stamens it has and 1 pistil. So I've taken here a 26 gauge wire. I'm going to cut 6 of it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, roughly I get 5 and 1. Okay, so I will cut 6 like this, totally 6 plus 1 for the pistil, so total 7 you need to have like this. I'm just going to give a mild yellowish green to the dough. Let me take this much first. Very mild, huh? I'm using here, it is bitter lemon. I'm using a bitter lemon yellow of sugar fly. Now what we need to do is just apply the glue, the edible glue, and take very tiny amount and just squeeze it here. Just roll it like this and you can squeeze it. Okay, after doing that, you can just lift it up a bit more here. Okay, and bring all the dough to the top. Bring all the dough to the top. Okay, so after bringing it to the top, see this? Just squeeze them up. This is an excess for this. I'm going to remove it. Just squeeze them. And here on the top, I'm making a pointed groove kind of thing. See this? It should be pointed and nice. I can even flat this. And sharp the edge here. And here what I do here is, once again, I use my roller and then I flatten it like this. Hopefully you could see this, what I've done. Like this, you need to do 6 of it. Now the center, the piston or pistil, what we should do is the same way. Apply the glue. Remove the excess off. Now I have a very small, tiny, little bit smaller than a pea size ball you should take. A little bit less also is fine. So go top, just leave just a little bit dough and start rolling the rest down. Okay, very little bit should be left on top. Don't make it a very big ball on top. It should be a very small ball. Yeah, like this. Okay, once you have done this, just take a tweezers like this. What do you have? 2 tweezers like this. And what I do here is go to the top and divide it into 3. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. After dividing that, now just take your roller from the center, just give 1 from the center once again, 1, and once again from top, like that. If you could see that. So I've divided into 3, and wherever I've divided that, each one I put one more line on each of that. Okay, this is the way you should do. This is your center, and I have already made the pistils here. Okay, now we're going to see how to color it. Okay, for the coloring session now, I have just taken egg yellow. It's a very pale yellow. Okay, I'm going to use this egg yellow. This is like, I'm just going to give this as a base color. So it's going to be a very mild base color which I'm going to do for this. It's not like fully it's going to be yellow, because I want to give, as I told you, whatever the parrot has, try to give all the colors together to make it as a, where this flower is like, I mean this color what I'm going to use is a very common color in parrot tulips. Just brush up very mildly. I'm not going too much, just brush up very mildly because I just want to take out the common level out. Okay, just very mildly brush it up. Randomly also. For all you need to just randomly just give some yellow. It's just like a base because I don't want full white everywhere, so I'm just giving a small fine base for it by just adding this yellow. Hi, now what I've done here is I have colored the petals on top. I'm going to show you how I've done it. Okay, here what I've done it is I have alcohol. I have 3 different greens. What I've done is sugar flare, I have spruce green I've taken, then sugar flare, bitter lemon I've taken, then I've taken yellow also. So I mixed up and here I have the corn flour. So to lighten up the colors, I add up the corn flour to it and then apply. I'm just going to show you how I'm going to do the different colors with these. Okay, now let me take a light color first. Okay, hold your petal like that. Just give a very soft brushes. Okay, just give a very short, thin strokes. Okay, now I want to change the color, so what I'm going to do is take some alcohol to it. Add my green. I'm taking some spruce green, direct spruce green, so I'll get a darker version. Now see this? I have the darker version now. Okay, in between. Just very mildly hold it, very mildly. Just give a beautiful strokes like this. And you can keep changing your colors in the green. Try to incorporate a lot of different colors in that itself, so it looks more natural. Like this, see? So you see the yellow, dark green and light green all together. Okay, this is the way you need to color them. When you want to make more lighter, take the corn flour, mix it up with the color and alcohol and then start applying it. Okay. Like that. Okay, let it get dry and then I'm going to use a petal dust on top of the tips. Okay, that I'm going to show you now. The pink, as I told you, I have a hot pink here and I have a plum, a sugar flash plum. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to work on this. Okay, so first I'm going to use, okay, let me use the plum. I'm using a fan brush, so it spreads more nicely. So I'm just giving the edges so it has natural way. If some things, like see, the small things will fall off, that's okay, still it looks more natural. Use a beautiful fan brush like this, so it's spread nicely and it's like it touches the edges as well as it brushes out, so it looks more natural. if you could see how it looks. So just brush it in with this. So then using a flat brush and dragging it, a fan brush works nicely. So I'm just giving the outer look like this. You can deepen it later. Okay, now once I've done this, now using the same fan brush, I'm going to highlight it. This is a highlighter, so don't use too much, just to make it more rustic. We are going to highlight it. Hopefully you could see now. I'm just giving a quick brush for highlighting it. Overall. This is the way you brush up all the petals. Now I have colored everything, all the petals. Now the center of the stamens, I'm just going to add some purple to it, dark color, sorry, maroon or brown, you can add anything. It should be dark, so I'm just taking a little bit of alcohol, mixing it with the gel color. So what I do is only the edges. It should be like that, okay? All the stamens on the edge alone, it should be brown like this. Now take all half tapes first. So we will join the center. The center pistil is this. So the stamen. So when I'm going to join this, because it's still wet there, I'm going to be a bit careful for joining. Use a half tape while joining. Just firmly tie it up. Bring it till the end. Always the stamen should be lower than the pistil. This is the pistil. The stamen should be lower than the pistil. All the 6 of it should be tied firm. Just go around and tie all the 6 together, so you will get the center like that. You can do as 3 also together, you can tie, but I'm more comfortable because I don't want it to start rotating, so I do at single so it is firm also. Because once your center is loose, then the whole thing collapses. So make sure you have a tight center. Now see, this is your center. Make sure, as I told you, the center is formed nice. And form. Okay, this is your center. See the beautiful center now. Now I'm going to add the petals to it. Okay. First hold the petal like this, then hold it from here, quick bend. So just that edge will be there. You can directly keep it like that. So there is no wire is visible. The main point of this is the wire should never be visible. So that's the reason I'm telling you to do like that. So directly at the point of the wire, it goes around. Now the next one. Let me go smaller ones. This looks small. See this? 2. First 3 should be in a triangle shape. Tie them in a triangle shape. Firm. Now the third. Okay. So as I'm holding it, quick bend. The third. So tape this. As I'm telling you, the taping should be more firm. Okay, 3. Now the other 3, when you're doing it, in between of the petals. So it's a bit open up, so I'm just adding in between of them. Once again, form your tape. Now another one goes here. Stretch your tips and then you work on it, then only the glue gets activated. Okay, see now this 3, 1, 2 and here 1. Okay, this is your parrot tulip, and you can give touch-ups if you find any places it's still whitish or something. Just give touch-ups. Now the stalk for the parrot tulips, I'm going to show you how to work on the stalk. Okay, take a 16 or 18, you can take the wire. Sixteen is more thicker, so let me take a 16. Okay, when you're taping it, okay, see what I'm going to do is, I don't need such a big length, so I'm going to cut this. Okay, I'm going to cut this. I can add that itself, sorry, I can add that all the two wires together here itself. Okay, and then I'm going to tape it. Use a bigger tape for this when you're taping it. Just a minute, hold it. A bit tricky when you're doing this. So what I'm going to do is first tape these two. So it's more easy for me to work on it. I'm going to use a tissue. Okay, this is enough. I'm going to show you now, keeping the wire here, and then I'm going to retape it. Firmly. Now see, I've taped it. Okay, if you think your stock is not enough, this is thin, what I do here is generally I take the tissue, keep it up here, just cover them, hold it nicely, and then squeeze them nicely. Squeeze them as much as possible, you can squeeze them, and then start to tape them. So when you take them, your stock becomes super thick. Once again, if you want, you can tape them firm. Okay, now this is what is 3, 3 and 3. So hope you understand this. Hope to see you guys doing it. And please send me, if you have done, please send me and let me know any doubts about this. I will clear it out. Okay. Thank you.